Howdy doody tutti frutti. How are ya? I hope you're doing well. I hope everything is good in your area. It's the painting turtle, Danielle. And I was just doing some painting. I have been doing a lot of painting. I have been MIA from YouTube for a little while, but that doesn't mean that I've not been painting. It's just been a lot lately. And I know it's been a lot lately for a lot of people. So I was doing this and I went back to my favorite paper. My absolute favorite paper of all time will probably always be the Canson XL watercolor paper. I found this stuff when I had a daycare and I would let the kids play with it because it was watercolor paper, inexpensive, and yeah. And we made a lot of projects. And plus it's nice and sturdy. And you can make a card out of it, whatever. It is not 100% cotton, but look at the lovely pastel-y colors you can get. And it's always so soft. It's always so pretty. Now something like this, I would possibly take this, fold it in half, make a pretty card out of it. But you could also take this and scan it in. I know that's old school. You could take a picture of it. You could put it in your computer or print it off and have lots of it. And then have some really pretty paper to write notes and things to your friends on. That might be a fun idea. But I thought I'd show you how I do this because I've been asked so many times, how do you get it to do that? And I'll show you. So I have another piece of it, the other half of this. I literally flipped it over because this side is softer. This side has a little bit of a grippies on it. And I think we'll do it again. Maybe. Did I do it that way? Yeah, I did. I flipped it over. So what I do, I'll move my little turtle so he doesn't get wet. I have my trusty old Febreze bottle that is filled with water. And this is one of those lovely little trays from elementary school. Yeah, a friend of mine had a bunch of them and gave me some. It was wonderful. So this way you can move it, you can get it wet. Now artboard you could use too, but artboard, they don't like water as much as this thing does. So I just kind of like drop it on there. It's going to be wet. You want the bottom to soak up some of that water. You want it to get all in there. It's going to curve. It is. It's just going to do it. But once you get the other side wet, you're going to get it really, really wet. Really wet. And let it just soak up all those juices. You're going to help it to stick. You don't have to get the whole top wet if you want to leave some dry spots. See how that looks, because that always looks pretty too. And then you're just going to let it, and I might have a video out there of this process. I might, I don't know. But then you're going to soak up some of this around it. If you think there's too much water, you can just soak it up with a towel, with a paper towel, with a reusable towel, whatever you want. I got these towels years ago. I think it was from Goodwill. They had bags and bags of them. I still think I have a bag downstairs of them. I think I got these when I had the daycare too. I don't remember. I've just had them. It seems like they've been here for, I don't know. Okay, so I am using my Daniel Smith and Winsor Newton palette, and I'm going to be using a few different colors because we did pinks and yellows on this one, and we'll do some different little, maybe some purples, maybe we'll go back to some of the same colors. I don't know. We're just going to play it by ear and see what happens. Maybe we'll throw some greens in there. You know what? I'm really into the opera pink lately. I don't know what it is. I've never been one to really enjoy opera pink, but lately I'm just loving it. Okay, so I'm enjoying this paintbrush, which I thought it had a name on it. I guess it doesn't. Where's its sibling? Yeah. I got these for Christmas from my parents. And so this is its sibling. This is a Fumui? I don't know. But that's what this is. They came together. And if the words came off, then I don't know. Anyway, all I did was pick out some colors that I like. And I think that, like, this is, crud, it's been a while since I've used this palette to have to tell anybody. So I got my little cheat sheet out here. So I'm thinking some cobalt teal blue first. And look at it, just, I mean, dude, I'll push you back just a little bit so you can see this. This is, I just think this is the best paper ever. Some people really, 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 really swear by having 100% cotton paper. I think it's in knowing how to use it. Like, I've never had trouble with it ever. And I've always done stuff like this where I get it really, 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 really wet and then watch it bloom out. And I'm telling you what. I love it. Now see, there's a lot of water right here in the center. So I'm going to get rid of some of that because it's wet on the bottom. So it doesn't need all of the water on the top. So I'm just going to soak up a little bit of it. I'm not touching this because I really like that little area. And this stuff is granulating out. I didn't even know this stuff granulated, but man, is it making me happy. And you can always press some off the side. Now, if you don't have one of these little dinner trays, you can easily just do this on your table. Tables can withstand a little bit of water usually. And this is cerulean blue. This is another, oh, this is Winsor Newton's cerulean blue. It's a good thing I have my little cheat sheet over there because I was like going to tell you this is Daniel Smith. It is not. No. So yeah, I would love to hear what's going on in your neck of the woods. It's just been a lot lately. There's so much going on everywhere. My grandma, back in the 80s, or as the kids say nowadays, the 1900s, she used to say that the world is just spinning out of control and holy cow and all this stuff. And I was always like, what? But I was a kid. So just being a child, you're like, huh, okay, this is Daniel Smith's In the Throne blue. In the Throne? In the Throne? I don't know how to say it. Anyway, this is the Daniel Smith's blue. And I think it's In the Throne. On the Throne, In the Throne. I don't know. And then let's do some purple. Some quinacridone purple by Daniel Smith. And let's just see what happens. You can splatter it. I like to splatter, but make sure you're not wearing anything that's going to get ruined because it will splatter everybody. You, everything else in the world. Make sure there's no artworks around that are going to get ruined because that happens. Sorry, that was a little wiggly. Let's do some of that opera rose that I was talking about. Oh my goodness. I've never liked this color. I've always thought that it was just too bright pink. But now I'm just like, dude, that's some pretty color. That's some pretty. And you could literally do anything with this type of this is some red. I'm just going to drop a little hints of Daniel Smith's Alizarin Crimson. Oh my goodness, this is the best. It's very red. It's very pretty. It makes me happy. You know me. I love red. This one is Daniel Smith's Quinacridone Magenta. And like I said, oh my stars. Did you see that? Whoa. That is, that's a lot of color. Wow. This was supposed to be really, like, demure and delicate. We're going to smear these out a little and just, like, yeah, make them feel like they're doing their job by being a little calm. Don't be so wild, dude. Don't be so wild. Be a little calmer. Oh, that was a big old chunk right there. So the worst part about doing this is afterwards, you just gotta let it set and dry. I will, and I'm glad I remembered. I'm gonna tell you now that if you do this and you just let it dry, it is going to bloom around the edges. The edges are going to make this big bloomy thing. I like that. Some people don't like that. They don't like blooms, and that's entirely up to you. But it does make this big bloomy pattern around the edges, and like I said, some people are not so crazy about that. So if you don't like that, then I would recommend you hit it with a heat gun and get the top of it a little bit dry. And then lift it up and put a dry paper towel or such underneath it and just mop up some of that underneath. And then let it dry, because it is 100% going to bloom. There's going to be blooms. There's going to be stuff. And it looks pretty. I like it. But like it does this, but oh my goodness, it would be like Zilla if I hadn't dried it first and picked it up and dried the bottom. It's one of those things that makes me super duper happy, and I enjoy it thoroughly. I haven't decided if I'm going to let this one dry that way yet or not, but we'll be back, okay? Okay, it is dry. It's so good. This is so pretty. Okay, so like I was saying, you can make like a little card out of this or whatever. But what I was thinking is that I would make a, I don't remember what she called these. I was watching, what is her name? Denise Love, one of my favorite artists. I was watching her video, and she likes to make these little, I call them a book. I don't remember what she called them, and all you guys probably know what they're called. But she likes to make these, and I made a picture the other day, and I was like, I hated it. I made it into a little book, put a little gold along the edges, and now I think it's beautiful. So, I don't hate this. I think this is gorgeous. But what she did was like fold it in half, fold each side down in half, and fold it in half this way. And I'm going to do all the folds, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I folded it in half, and then I folded each one of these sides in, and then I folded it down this way. But I like to make sure the folds go all the ways really, really well, easily. And then you go this way, and you cut this little line. One thing that I like to do is, this is easier for me than cutting that line. I just go, let's do the back way so I don't look at it, because plus put my fingers on it, all that stuff. I just get my X-Acto and just kind of exactly try to cut it down to there. And just see if it went all the way. Sure it did. Now the other one I did, it did not go all the way right away. It was very cantankerous. Very, very cantankerous. Very irritating. And then, and it's not just Denise Love that does this. I've seen other people do it too, but she's the one that I watch the most. So, yeah. And I just saw her video. It was like from 2 years ago. And so, yeah, I just saw that video. So I was like, huh. Now, she does it with a glue stick. And this is just a piece of old mat board. It's good to use as a cutting surface. The That's the framer in me that I just can't not do that because, you know, we used to, it's one of those tricks of the trade we always did. I have cutting mats. I just forget about them. And they're not right there. I have them all over the place. She used a glue stick. I don't have that glue stick. I guess anything will work. But I like tacky glue. Yes, it takes time to dry. But I feel like tacky glue just has a better stick. I don't know. I've never had any problems with tacky glue. I've had problems with every other kind of glue. Either they're too strong or they're not strong enough. I don't know. But what I'm told is you get it all gluey. And I'm not big on all of the extras. Because I'm thinking this could be a really cute little card, birthday card or something. So then you decorate it for the person, or you just keep it for yourself. And then you, whoa! You drop it and you get glue all over yourself. All over your pants. Nice. Nice. Perfect. Okay, so I guess you do, whoops. These guys are not supposed to glue to each other. Stop it. Okay, so you're going to glue it like this. And squish it down. And possibly put like a paper on top or something. And then get your boning tool and maybe just kind of give it a good squish. Make sure it's all connected everywhere. And then you take and do it the other way. At least this is the way I've been doing it. I like to make sure that all of the pages move and do their thing nicely. You figure out which one you want to have as your cover. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, that's pretty too. What do you want for a cover? Front cover, back cover. You know, it's overthinking. That's what I'm doing. I'm overthinking it. I think we're going to do this one. Because I like both of those. So we're just going to do this one and be done with it. And I'm just going to like squish it down the middle like a sub sandwich. You know, when you go to the sub shops and they cut them in half for you. Well, this is what I do because it makes it stay better. I feel it makes it stay better. And then you just squish it down again. Now, this is watercolors. So it always has a possibility of getting smudged. So I didn't do it to the last one, but I'm thinking I probably should. You gotta get some cold wax. I'll show you. Hold on. Get that all smushed down. I have two different kinds. This is Gamblin. I don't know. Cold wax medium. And you just put a little bit on a tissue or a napkin and rub it in. Just gently. Gently. Okay, so then you have this lovely little number. And it looks cute. So cute. Where did I put my... There it is. Probably should do a cutting board this time, but we're going to just try it. We're just going to try it and see how it works. And you put this here, hold it down with all of your might. And let's see, she used a utility knife, which would work too. But I'm just using this guy, and this guy probably needs a new blade. But this is not where I thought this was going to go. I did not think that we were going to make a book today. After I made it, though, I was like, oh my goodness, this is so cute. It would be such a cute little booky thing. I have to look and see what she calls it. If I remember, I will tag that video. I'm not good at tagging things and stuff. Plus, she's the one that told us the other day that YouTube is cracking down on people, and if you don't have a good link, then they give you a mark. I don't want a mark. Maybe I'll just tag Denise in this, and you guys can just go look at her videos, because like she's got lots of videos. I love going back and watching people's old videos from when they as far back as they go. Some of them started before that, I think. I don't know. But yeah, just keep going through layers until you got it all. And yes, you should get something straight and put it right across the whole thing so you have it a straight little edge. That one's down in there a little bit, so I'm going to cut off a little bit. But I'm just guessing. I'm just, see, you don't want to do that. Be careful. I don't want it to go, ow, and hurt me. Hot dog. And you have a cute little book. And you can write things in there to a person that you love or care about and give it away. Oh my goodness, you could just keep it. You decorate it all up, maybe put some flowers in it for spring and send it to a friend, and it would be like the cutest little gift card. Ah, cute. Awesome. Okay, that's all I had for today. This is not where I thought that was going to go. I did not think we were going to be making a book today. And just so you know, the gold that I used was this gold, Royal Langnickel. I have so much Royal Langnickel stuff. It's all good. This one doesn't work very well. I don't know why. This is the first time I've tried this. I got this at Walmart. It was $4. And it is really, really nice. But it doesn't work really well. You have to keep pumping it all the time. And then just kind of use the side of it across your edges. So try that. See if you can find one that works for you. Because, like, seriously. And it's kind of oily. It doesn't always, it's kind of got a oil to it or something. I don't know. But now look at it. Now it's doing it for me. Seriously. It's like a child when you tell somebody a child did something and then they turn around and they don't do it, or they do it. It's like, make a liar out of me. Why don't you? Anyhow. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to color all these little edges. And yeah. Okay, yeah, this took forever. I've only had it for a very short while. I've only used it a couple times. It does not come out well. The tip stopped working right away. So, but anyway, I had to shake it 100,000 times and pump it a couple million times and then drag it along the side. But it does make a nice edge once you get it done. Anyhow, how cute is that? I'm not going to put it there because that is got the, I don't know how oily that is. But anyway, okay. So I hope everything in your area is coming up totally wonderful. And you guys are doing great. And I will talk to you again soon. Have a great day.